A new era of Hokie football begins, but there's still a lot more to come on the gridiron this season. Hello everybody, welcome inside the Center for the Arts right here in Blacksburg, Virginia. I'm Robbie Ackerly, and to my right, Cody Wagner. Cody, Virginia Tech finally making national headlines, but not in the way that Hokies fans want.
No doubt about that, Robbie. A tough loss last weekend to ODU, and they really got to get back on the board this weekend against Wofford. Really just a rough loss, Robbie. Let's get into the highlights for that one. We start first quarter, Virginia Tech and Old Dominion. Give goes up the middle, Big Ben Bell pounces on the football.
That's about all the Hokies defense had to cheer for in this one, Cody.
Later in the first quarter, Old Dominion with the football. They fire down the field. And how about this move from Ja'Cory Thomas?
What a toss by Joseph. Backed up against his own end zone, steps up in the pocket, and delivers.
More of Colton Joseph to come. Here he is once more. Had 300 all-purpose yards on the game. This time he punches it in.
The Hokies, Cody, have played some pretty serious dual threats. Colton Joseph might just be the best. I think he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the whole country.
How about the Selly with it, too? This time it's Kyron Drones showing what he can do with his feet. Rips off a big gainer.
Hey, we've seen Joseph run. How about Kyron Drones? He can move a little bit, too.
A couple plays later, Drones takes off with the football. And oh no, he coughs it up. Right as Virginia Tech was getting close to scoring, Old Dominion, they've got the football once more. Give goes up to the middle, Markai James into the end zone.
Absolute killer of a turnover there for Virginia Tech.
14-0, 10 minutes to play, second quarter. Drones drops back, fires downfield, and it's intercepted.
Kyron Drones and his turnovers, a big story in this one, Cody.
Really struggled offensively, did Tech. Another give up the middle. This time it's Traquan Jones.
21-0 here in the first half. Who could have expected this?
Absolute dominance offensively from ODU. And here's another throw from Colton Joseph on the run into the end zone.
How about that? Take a look at this from another angle. An absolute Houdini of a play from the Old Dominion gunslinger. Look at that. On the run, picture perfect pass to the back of the end zone. Touchdown ODU.
Old Dominion absolutely dominating, leading 28-0 going into halftime. Virginia Tech trying to get some second half offense going, down 31-0. This time they find Aiden Green.
Finally, the Hokies offense showing some life here, Cody, with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Once more, Drones will be in the shotgun back to pass. He fires, this time finding Donovan Green.
Both the Greens here, Cody, going to work here late in this game, trying to bring Tech back.
Colton Joseph, though, he would respond. Shot to the end zone, 38-7 ODU. Drones, this time, will decide to take it himself, punches it into the end zone. And then Virginia Tech, immediately on defense, they struggle once more. This time, it's a third running back into the end zone, Roche.
Hokies offense finally getting going, but too little too late. Old Dominion with the dagger.
Drones will fire down the field, and once more, Donovan Green, physicality.
Hokies offense moving well, Cody, but it seems to be too little too late.
Kyle Lowe with a creative onside kick, bounces off a player. Tech would be able to score off of that and make it 45-26. Virginia Tech ultimately didn't have enough, dropping it 45-26, the final to Old Dominion this past Saturday night. Virginia Tech will need something better this weekend against Wofford. Yeah, Robbie, no doubt a tough weekend for Virginia Tech. To drop that one to Old Dominion really hurts, but they got to look forward. They got Wofford coming up this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And you look at Wofford, 0-3, FCS school. It's kind of hard to say Virginia Tech has an easy win on Saturday, especially with the way they've been playing. And this Wofford team, Cody, they're a little feistier than people think. They had an interesting game against the Mercer Bears, the number 22 ranked team in FCS football. Let's take a look at that one from last Saturday. First quarter here now, 3-0 Bears, and an easy touchdown right up the gut. Wofford trails 10-0. Second quarter, still 10-0 here. Wofford quarterback Ethan Drum going for it all, and he's got his guy Ivory Akins 80 yards for the score. Out of halftime now, Mercer up 13-7. Drum going for broke once more, and Isaiah Scott 51 yards down the field, pulling the Terriers ahead 14-13. Fourth quarter now, Wofford ahead 21-16, and Braden Atkinson finds C.J. Miller. Mercer goes up 1 point, 22-21 here in the fourth quarter. Still 22-21, inside 2 minutes, fourth down, last chance, and Andrew Zock brings Ethan Drum to the turf. That was the nail in the coffin for the Terriers. So Wofford unable to emerge victorious, Cody, but quite the fight against a ranked opponent.
They were really putting up regular fights back when they had defensive coordinator Sam Cifus, who in his first year with Virginia Tech is uniquely connected to this weekend's opponent. For that, it's our very own Alex Kuchenmeister.
Just 5 years ago, Sam Cifus was the maestro of one of the stingiest defenses in the entire FCS at Wofford. Now he's on the opposite sideline, a first-year defensive coordinator for Virginia Tech, preparing to face his former team for the first time on Saturday. From 2018 to 2020, Cifus led Wofford's defense to 2 shutdown seasons. In 2018, the Terriers won the Southern Conference regular season championship. The defense ranked first in the conference in total defense, second in scoring defense, and 8th in the entire FCS in scoring defense. Wofford finished with a 9-4 record and an FCS playoff berth. Cifus and the Terriers followed that with another stellar season in 2019. Again, they topped the SoCon in total defense, ranked second in scoring defense, and won a second consecutive regular season conference title. They made another playoff appearance and the back-to-back championship defenses established by Cifus as one of the brightest young defensive minds in all of college football. After spending 4 years as a member of the Vikings and Cardinals coaching staffs in the NFL, Cifus returned to college football in January to become Tech's defensive coordinator. Still searching for his first win with the Hokies, he'll match up against a Wofford team that comes into Lane Stadium 0-3. The Terriers have been scrappy this season, losing all 3 games by combined 6 points, despite being outgained by 559 combined yards. But putting up points has been a struggle, as they average just over 15 per game. Wofford has played a couple different quarterbacks so far, but most recently it's been freshman Ethan Drum at the helm. He has a cannon of an arm, with 2 of his 3 passing touchdowns coming from over 50 yards. Watch out for the long ball on Saturday. But the Terriers have scored only 6 total touchdowns this year, and half of them have come on defense or special teams. Despite this lack of offensive production, Wofford's familiarity with Cifus' style adds intrigue to Saturday's game. It's not just another non-conference matchup, it's a reunion that pits Sam Cifus' Hokies against the very program that he helped turn into a defensive powerhouse.
Great stuff, Alex. Well, Philip Montgomery, the new interim head coach for Virginia Tech with the firing of Brent Pry and partner. It's certainly interesting to see what he's going to be able to do with Virginia Tech. He was formerly a head coach at Tulsa. Before that, he spent time as an offensive coordinator famously over at Baylor. So, as the Hokies interim head coach, we'll just have to wait and see this weekend for what he's got.
For more on the Hokies interim head coach and the experience he brings to the table, our very own Hayden Tolbert is talking all things Philip Montgomery. Hayden?
Well, guys, Virginia Tech has turned to offensive coordinator Philip Montgomery to take over as interim head coach for the rest of the season. This move comes after a disappointing 0-3 start, but that doesn't mean the Hokies can't turn this ship around. And a veteran coach, Montgomery is well known for developing offenses, standout quarterbacks, and innovative schemes. His coaching experience goes to many Power 4 programs such as Houston and Auburn, and most famously at Baylor, where he helped coach Heisman Trophy winner Robert Griffin III. But it doesn't stop there, as Montgomery was the man at the helm at Tulsa from 2015 to 2022, where he amassed a 43-54 record over his tenure. Now, at Virginia Tech, Montgomery faces more than just a challenge of game day strategy. He is tasked with maintaining player morale and fan support at the time where both are wavering. In a press conference Tuesday, he emphasized urgency, growth, detailing that while the season has been disappointing, it's not too late for the team to come together.
But our focus really has to be on the players right now. We got a group of young men that have poured a ton of work. They've been molded together. Their world has been rocked a little bit right here. And our job as the coaching staff is going to be to continue to pour into them, provide them leadership, provide them guidance, provide them a plan and a direction to continue to go do what we need to do to finish up this season in the right way. I talked to the team the other day. We got 9 games left. You got about 12 weeks of that. We've got an opportunity right now to write the ending of what this story is going to be.
Clearly, the road ahead is a bumpy one, with defensive struggles and an upcoming conference schedule that leaves little room for error. The chance he can turn this season around is uncertain. But one thing is for certain, Montgomery now has the opportunity to unite a Hokie fan base that's been searching for something to cheer about in this young season. Robbie?
Thank you, Hayden. And Cody, it hasn't all been bad for Virginia Tech football this season against South Carolina in Week 1. That defense did look stout, and there's been one man in particular who's been a bright spot for Virginia Tech this season.
Yeah, speaking of bright spots, the Hokies kicking unit has been something special all season. For more on the man bringing some love to Blacksburg, here's Anya Donapanani.
Virginia Tech may still be searching for their first win of the season, but one player has already proven to be a persistent force for the Hokies, kicker John Love. Love embodies consistency, and the first few games of the 2025 season prove it. In the opener against South Carolina, Love drilled a 56-yard field goal, tying Auburn for the longest field goal in Aflac Kickoff game history. He's been flawless since then, going 5 for 5 on field goal attempts and 4 for 4 on extra points, leaving the Hokies with already 19 points this year. But this isn't just a lucky start. It's part of a pattern. Last season, Love made 16 of 18 field goal attempts, connecting at nearly 90%. He was also a perfect 42 for 42 on extra points and showed his range by hitting 5 field goals from 40 to 49 yards and 3 of 4 from over 50 yards. His longest was a 57-yarder against Miami, a kick earning him ACC Specialist of the Week. And, to no surprise, he later claimed ACC Specialist of the Week again after a perfect 3 for 3 performance against Virginia. In Virginia Tech's game against Minnesota in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, Love set a new career long with a 60-yard field goal, making it the second longest field goal in Virginia Tech history, and earning him his second All-ACC Honorable Mention title. And if you go back another season, the story is just as fiery. Love made more than 90% of his kicks, not missing a single extra point, ranking 6th in the country and earning his first All-ACC Honorable Mention. It's safe to say that over the last 3 years, his track record has been nothing short of phenomenal. Now, in 2025, his consistency is gaining national attention. He's already been named a Lou Groza Award Star of the Week, and he enters this season on the Lou Groza Award watch list, an annual recognition given to the best college kicker in football. While the team is still trying to find their rhythm, John Love contributes something vital: reliability. Whether it's a routine extra point or a 50-yard game changer, he's proven time and time again that he can absolutely deliver under pressure. Though the Hokies had a rough start to the season, they know one thing for certain: when John Love is on the turf, 3 points are almost guaranteed.
Well done, Anya. Well, before we get out of here, Robbie, let's predict this thing going down on Saturday afternoon at 12 p.m. from Lane Stadium. You'll actually be on the call, my friend.
I will be on the call myself and Taylor Brettel for 3304 Sports. I'm going Virginia Tech here. FCS school, 0-3 thus far. I think Virginia Tech handles business pretty easily. I'm going to say 42-17.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, partner. I've got Virginia Tech in this one. I'm going to go 49-17 as well. Yeah.
Okay, so some tight score predictions there between us. But to wrap up today's show, Cody, I'd like a prediction from both of us, not on the game this Saturday, but on who's going to wear the headset next year for the Virginia Tech Hokies. I don't think it'll be Philip Montgomery sticking around. Who do you think it'll be?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting picks for this one. For me, I'm going to go deep shot. I think Dabo Swinney gets bought out at Clemson, and I think he comes right here to Virginia Tech. Big time for the program. That's my prediction for now. I think maybe more realistic is potentially Michael Vick. I know a lot of people have thrown his name around. He's still very young in the coaching pool. We'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, Swinney would be quite the hire for a program like Virginia Tech. Another big-time hire, Cody. I think there's a certain Barstool employee who's foaming at the mouth at the opportunity to coach again. Super Bowl champion, a guy who gets everyone going, gets everyone feeling nicey. I think it's Coach Gruden. That's who I want to see here in Blacksburg, Virginia Tech. I think that's a slam dunk, home run hire for this program. And yeah, I'm going Coach John Gruden. Get him in the building.
You got a Gruden impression for us?
Not today.
Well, that'll do it for us today from the Center for the Arts. For our reporters, Alex Kuchenmeister, Hayden Tolbert, Anya Donna Panani, our producer, Robert Bateman, my partner, Robbie Ackerly. I'm Cody Wagner, saying so long for now.